You're joined now by Rob Parker. Good to see you.
What's happening?
Good morning.
Good to have you with us. All right, Rob, should Kyler try to play both sports this spring?
Now, when I was down at the Super Bowl, I got a chance to meet him and interview him on The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard, and got a good look at him, you know, up close.
He's really small.
He's really small. Like, I was, like, even surprised at how small
No, Skip. No, Skip. Really, really small.
You met him too, right?
I told
saw
you.
it.
Yeah.
We see eye to eye.
But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with him in the spring trying to do both, just from this standpoint. First, before the draft, let people know I am still interested in football, because if you kind of don't do the combine, then they say, well, this guy's not really.
What's he going to do at the combine? Is he just showing up, or is he going to participate?
Well, but I'm thinking he's going to participate to try to, right, Skip, to try to get people
I don't know
interested.
why he would declare and commit to it.
Right, if you're not going to go do that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, if you don't do those things, then people go, he's not interested in football. And then if I was maybe thinking about drafting him, I say, I don't want to waste a draft pick if he's going to play baseball.
If he goes to spring training, what are they going to say then?
No, he can go to spring training at this
People going to
point.
say, is he serious about football?
But then when the draft comes, you know what I mean? And if they draft him, then he'll have to make a decision. He can't do both. You can't play quarterback and play Major League Baseball or go to the minor leagues. Not both. Now, if you were a different player, running back, DB, you know what I mean?
Bo Jackson.
Yes, you could do
Brian
it.
Jordan was a defensive back that did it for a little while.
He did it for a few years, and then he picked baseball, and he had a good career. So right now, I understand why he's doing it. I don't think it's a problem to do both. But at some point, he's going to have to. Now, the funny thing was, I had a couple people listen to the interview. I didn't get this. But the people who listened to the interview on Fox Sports Radio, they all said to me, after listening to the interview, I got the feeling he's going to play baseball. I didn't get that myself in talking to him face-to-face, because he was still guarded. But I had 2 or 3 people who are reporters who listened to that who said, it sounds like he's playing baseball.
For me, Skip, look, he likes baseball. He's really good at both. He likes baseball, Skip. He loves playing quarterback and playing football. And as Rob, as you mentioned, if he played in any other position, Skip, he could pull this off.
Yep.
Because it doesn't require the studying time to be great at quarterback like it does at running back.
You can't.
Because see, the thing is, Bo Jackson, hey, Bo, 18 toss. Okay, you go to the left or right, I'm going to toss you the ball. Or 18 handoff or 19 handoff. Dion, you got that man. That's simple.
Yep.
Quarterback, Skip, you know, to be great, the amount of study time that is required. So and how you gonna come in so let me get it right. You're gonna play 162 games of baseball. And then you're gonna come in what 7, 8 games left? Because the end of baseball goes into October, and if you don't make the World Series, so you
Right, so the end of the season starts October 1st.
Unless you're doing the minor league season, which would end around September 1st.
So, so now you're gonna play. No, you can't do it, Skip. And I just don't, I mean, what? Look, you declared for the draft, and you had to do that because if you didn't, you'd have been lost and you'd had to go back to school. Okay, I get it. But you know where your heart is. You know the one that you love. You like one, but you love the other. I believe winning the Heisman and the adulation, Skip, he's going to get more praise and adulation for playing quarterback in the NFL. I don't care who you are.
And is it the size thing is there a little ounce of doubt, though? You met him.
Yeah, I didn't meet him, but I saw him.
Oh, you saw him, okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, like the doubt in his mind. One thing to do it, a lot of guys have done it in college football, but then can't transfer over to
You're right.
Well, they say that the game is different, it's the space. Warren, and I know Warren very well, Warren says he believes he can be really, really good.
Yes.
Warren, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Well, he's been quoted as saying that several times. Obviously, Kyler Murray and his father, who played college football, want to cover their bases. They want to hedge their bets. They would like to have their cake and eat it too. And it's not going to work because the more you try to play both against the middle, it's a lose-lose proposition because of the position he plays in football. I'm going to say it again. His college stats in baseball do not scream star. Billy Beane, who I have the utmost respect for and know very well, he's seeing something in him that was worth $4.66 million bet on him.
Correct.
But again, star, I'm not sure. Football, I'm sure he can play. I don't care how short he is. He can be really, really short, and he's really, really good at football because I saw it in college. he dominated in college. He put up the greatest numbers anyone has ever put up. You can figure out how to win with him in pro football. Unless pro football decides your heart's not in pro football, what are you trying to do? Because look at the schedule he's mapping out for himself. He wants to go to spring training with the big league club on February 15th because Billy's invited him to the big league club. And then he says, oh, wait, I got to go away for a few days for the combine, February 27th to March 2nd. Really? Oh, then he goes back to spring training. He says, I got to go to the Oklahoma Pro Day in Norman, Oklahoma for a couple of days. I'll be gone for a couple of days. No big deal. Then I'll be back. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to start my minor league season on April 4th. But, oh, by the way, at the end of the month, there's this NFL draft, and I'm going to have to miss 2 or 3 games because I got to go to the draft. Where is it? At Jerry World this year or something?
Is it Jerry's? Yeah,
right.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Right,
Nashville.
Nashville. What am I saying? Yeah. So he's going to have to take off last year. Okay, so he's think of this. Again, the baseball people are really not going to like it, and at some point, you're going to risk, because right now Todd McShay's projecting 13th overall to Miami, and I've already told you, I think the Cardinals will think about it with the 1st overall, and I guarantee you John Gruden will think about it at number 4, and the Giants that have to at least think at 6, Jags at 7th, your Broncos at 10th, and the Bengals at 11th. They'd all be thinking about Kyler Murray if they thought he was 1,000% invested in football. And if he's not, and they're not sure, and they get all the way to draft night, you know what's going to happen? He'll start falling through the 1st round. He'll fall out of the...
Hey, Skip, and you mentioned all those dates. When is he throwing? And how much can you throw? Yeah. Because don't you have to throw in baseball?
Yeah.
And don't you have to throw in football? So how much are you going to be able to throw? And throwing a baseball is not the same as throwing a football.
But I also think your argument is solid. I get it. Only other problem is most of the time there's very few people have this opportunity who are good enough. So sometimes for a special athlete, you got to make concessions. That's and say, I get it. This is not regular Joe Blow where they don't have another option. So all their focus is on one sport or the other.
You covered the NFL long enough.
Yes.
They don't make
since
concessions.
1987.
Okay, so what did they do, Skip Bayless? You either all in here or you all out there.
And a first-year
the quarterback.
I get it, but if you think you really have something special, and up until the draft, now what if he goes through this? Say he says to the A's, okay, thank you, no thank you, and he's a 4th-round pick.
He's not going to be a 4th.
No, I'm
okay.
Shannon, it's
by
just
the time you say no, you better know that you're going to be a 1st-round pick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
So that's what I'm saying. You got to know. Is he a 1st-round pick? No, for sure.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm asking.
If he says no, I'm good, and he goes to the 4th round, he can go back to the A's. He can go back to the A's. And guess what? They'll give him another check for $4.6 million, and he can pick right up where he left off.
And furthermore, I know this is a longer shot. Let's just say he goes high in the draft and he goes somewhere for 2 years and realizes he's not cut out for the National Football League.
Go back.
You're 22 right now. Well, no, you're not 22 until this August.
Right?
You're 21, okay? So in 2 more years, you're going to be 23 at this point. So what?
Okay.
Can you go back and play baseball at 23? Yeah, I know you have to start over and you'd have to go prove yourself.
I mean, that ain't like he's starting over at 29, Skip. He's starting over at 23.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah, but a bunch of guys like Brandon Whedon, he went and tried to play Russell Wilson.
A lot of guys, right?
And then they said, okay, we can't do this. Let's go try football. All right.
It's definitely interesting. I didn't get that he was picking baseball, but I'm telling you, it's interesting to me that people listened to that interview and said,
okay, well,
I think he's picking baseball. I was just stunned by that because I didn't get that at all. Chris didn't get it. And he was very non-committal in the interview.
Was he overwhelmed by the decision in your eyes?
Yeah, I think you're right. When you win the Heisman and you do what you did, it's so hard to not want to grab hold of that. It just isn't.
To ride the bus? They ride
like
the bus, or I could be flying and staying in the room.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of guys who made $300 million who rode a bus in the early days of playing baseball too. I'm just saying, Shannon, I hear you. Yeah. And they made much more money than guys who played the whole career in football.
But guess what? Now with the salaries the way they are now, you can make $200 million playing quarterback in the NFL.
You also could be a Tebow in the NFL.
Or you can be Tim Tebow at age 30 and make the Mets.
You're not
run.
going to make
stop
the
it.
Mets.
Stop
We're
it.
gonna need more time for that one. We're
That's
gonna
just to
need
sell- that's just to sell
more
T-shirts.
time.
Yeah.
You just threw that in there, Rob, right as we were
Yeah.
going to break.
He have a great
Okay,
bobblehead
I
night.
appreciate that. Lonzo Ball is staying in LA, but will he now be a key player for the Lakers? We'll discuss his future next.